Okay, hey, this is Bar T Horsemanship. I'm Jim Thomas, and I want to give you a little quick tip on what to do with all this rope when we ride with a Mecate. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do, and when I put my stuff away, I really want to be careful that it's not all knotted up or pulled up. But as I put it on my horse, the very first thing, even before I bridle my horse up, is I'm going to put those reins over the neck. I'll take this, the tail of the Mecate, I'll leave it hanging over my arm, so I can do everything that I need to do. I still got control of my horse. I can grab the horse if something was to happen that quick. But if something was to happen, the horse was to run away, it didn't get wrapped up on me. But I'm ready to ride. I've adjusted my reins, and a lot of folks will say, well, how long do my reins need to be? Well, if I was sitting in the saddle and I took the reins and I touched myself right in the sternum, I just want to start making contact with that bit. So I would say this is about the right length on these reins right here. I adjusted them back from another horse I was riding earlier today. So that's probably about right. But just think about it. We don't want these reins so tight that I'm always having to loosen one side or give one side because I'm picking up or giving back to another, or the horse is trying to lower his head to get through an obstacle. Lose the reins because they're just too short. There's a whole big advantage of this, and I can always ride with a loop in my hand if I need to take those reins up. So there's some neat things there. We'll even show that one in a future opportunity. So we've got all this. What do we do with it? Well, if you look at the true Great Basin type cowboy, the vaquero that used the Mecate, is he would take that and he would slip it up under his belt, just like so. Okay? Now you got to be very careful that this doesn't fall into this, because if you come off, now you're attached to the horse. Okay? So we want to make sure that this tail is way longer than what my loop is. Now a lot of folks, once they get on the saddle, if they're using it this way, is they'll take the remainder of this and they'll hook it just across the horn like so while they're sitting up there. Still, everything's going to come as you fall off the horse or come away from the horse, it's still going to break loose. But this isn't slapping around. It's kind of not getting in your way. If you're working with cattle and whatnot, it's not so low that it's going to catch in the head of a cow. Another thing that we can do with it, if I decide I don't have a belt, I've got breeches on, I don't have a belt, have no way of attaching it, we can do a couple little knots here. Now the first knot that I can do is I can do a simple clove hitch. And if you'll notice, I'm going to make a loop. I'm going to make another loop. There's two loops side by side. I'm going to put the first one over the second one. There's a clove hitch. That is not going to come off. I want to follow. I want to make sure I got enough slack right there to where the horse can reach the ground if he needs to check out an obstacle. I've got the tail of my Mecate if I need it for a little encouragement. All right. So that's a real quick, easy way, and that's using just a little clove hitch. Another is I can use a half hitch. So I could take this, turn it backwards, like so. Take this one, turn it backwards, like so, and I got two half hitches securing the knot. So there's two different ways. You can do it through the clove hitch, you can do it through two half hitches, or you can use it as it was intended and hook it into your belt loop. The neat thing about your belt loop is you're leaving your horse, you're 20 miles from the ranch, you're out here with the cows, you certainly not want to walk home. As you head towards the ground, you reach for the rein. And now you have your horse. You might be a little dirty, you might be a little bruised, but you got your horse to ride back home with. Hope that helps you out.